Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of By Request. Now I gotta be honest with you, when I first envisioned this little project, I didn't know if I would get any response. I didn't know what kind of requests I might get. And so I went blindly into the very first episode, and the response was tremendous. And so I say all that to say that I thought that the requests might be, simple Sinatra tunes, that kind of thing, but what's happening is people are requesting things. It reminds me a lot of, remember The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and Doc Severinsen, Tonight Show band, Ed McMahon? They used to play Stump the Band. And they'd go out into the audience and they'd randomly, at least we thought it was randomly, pick some person and say, hey, name a song. And so that's what's been happening. So I have to say, first of all, I'm going to meet a couple of requests in this episode. And a couple of the requests that I got in the last couple of days are going to be on the next episode. So Ron Krause asked for strictly instrumental. Well, that's going to be a challenge because there's no track on that. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to play with Harry's record. And then I got if you've been entertaining folks for as long as I have, into my 5th decade of doing this now, and once in a while somebody will come with some request, and I got one the other day, and it was from a lady named Heidi, and she said, don't you ever do any newer songs? Well, Heidi, if you're listening, you have to understand that to me a newer song is 60s or 70s. So I looked through the archives to see if I had tracks for any 60s song. And here's a song that was written in 1961, I believe. And it was recorded by Sam and Dave, Ben E. King. I think Cher had a record of it. It was a pretty big record for Herb Alpert. But I have to be honest, I don't own any Herb Alpert records, but I do have Frank Sinatra records, and so here's a song, Sinatra style, from the 60s. What now, my love? Now that you've left me, how can I live through another day, watching my dreams turning to ashes and all of my hopes into bits of clay? Once I could see, once I could feel, now I am numb, I have become unreal. I walk the night without a goal, stripped of my heart and my soul. What now, my love? Now that it's over, I feel the whole world closing in on me. Here come the stars tumbling around me. There's the sky where the sea should be. But now, my love, now that you're gone, I'd be a fool to go on and on and on. No one would care, no one would cry. if I should die, what now, my love? Now there is nothing, only my last goodbye. Bye-bye. There you have it. I sang a 60s song, Heidi. I hope you're happy. I hope you enjoy it. I have a special friend who he's come up with a couple of doozies for me to try to perform. On my last episode, Daniel Scuiry, he requested "Who's Sorry Now," and so I had to do some technological hocus pocus to make it work. Well, this week he wanted to hear a song that I couldn't find a single track, any kind of track on of that I could use. But Daniel's a good friend, and and just let me add, folks, I have in the description on this video my email address, so you can feel free to send me a request. And if it's something I just cannot possibly do, I'll be honest and give you an opportunity to pick something else. But also, I've got a link down there to my PayPal account, and some of you have been very gracious in sending a little tip or donation toward the project to keep it going and help me continue to find music to sing to. But Daniel requested a song that meant a lot to him, I think, from his childhood. And the song was a song called "Somebody Else Has Taken My Place." And it was a big recording for, I think Russ Morgan wrote it or featured it, was a big hit for him. And also a young lady named Peggy Lee with Benny Goodman's band sang it. But I couldn't find a track. So what I did was I found a recording of Steve Lawrence doing the song. And so I used an audio program to try to reduce Steve's voice on the track. So you might hear him bleed through just a little bit. But Daniel, I never give up when you give me a request, so I'm going to try this. And I was really gratified to know that when I looked at the album cover and it said down in the left corner, arranged and conducted by Don Costa. Of course, Don Costa wrote a lot of arrangements and conducted for Steve and Edie for several years. And then he became the conductor and arranger for Frank Sinatra during the 70s. But when I further researched this album, I found that this particular track was written by the great Billy Byers. And Billy Byers should have been a whole lot more famous than he was. But he wrote a lot of ghost arrangements for Quincy Jones, Nelson Riddle, and evidently now for Don Costa. So, Daniel, I hope this is good enough for you. Somebody else has taken my place. Somebody else is taking my place. Somebody else now shares your embrace. While I am trying to keep from crying, you go around with a big smile on your face. How little you know the price that I've paid. How little you know and care for the vows that you made. My heart is aching and my heart is breaking, for somebody's taking my place. place. Somebody else now shares your embrace. My heart is aching and it soon will be breaking, for somebody's taken my place. How little you know how much I care, how little you feel what we once shared. Somebody's taken my place. Thank you again, Daniel, for the request and your support. Thank you so much. Well, I have another friend that I have to play a song for. And, you know, I'm the administrator of the world's largest internet presence for the great Harry James. And this would be a good time for me to do a commercial for my book. You know, it's funny, every time I do a commercial for my book, I sell a few copies. So that's why I got to do it. I'm going to lay my horn down here. And the book is called Harry James, Trumpet Icon. And this is 50 years in the making. The events in this book began to affect my life over 50 years ago when I was a teenager. And let me turn this up a little bit. Hold on there. Okay, there we are. Anyway, this tells not only the story of my relationship with Harry through the years, but also it's a timetable of Harry's recording sessions and concerts and television shows and all kind of movie appearances, and it's never been put together in this format where you just find out all about who Harry James was as a musician and how he got to be such a great trumpet player, an influence on trumpet players to this day. So if you go to Amazon, type in Harry James under books or Harry James Trumpet Icon, you'll run across this book and pick up a copy. I think you'll really enjoy it and I'll appreciate it. Now, I got a request from a friend of mine in the Harry James Music Appreciation Group, Joe Silver. And Joe is also a fine musician in his own right. But he asked for a song from this album. And this album is an unusual record in Harry's career. And the story of this is that I'm still not loud enough. The story is in 1964, when the Harry James Orchestra was performing several shows a night at the Flamingo in Las Vegas. One night they finished their last set at midnight. And then Harry and Jack Percival on piano and Red Kelly on bass and Buddy Rich on drums, Corky Corcoran on tenor saxophone, Ray Sims on trombone, and they picked up a guitar player named Guy Scalise, who was a fine session player. And when they finished the performance, they went over to a studio and they recorded this album in one session. The album is called In a Relaxed Mood. It's got one of my favorite pictures of Harry on the front, just a casual picture setting in the Flamingo. And it's a small group recording of some timeless standards. So anyway, Joe Silver wanted to hear this song. Now, I have to be honest with you, I've never played it my whole life. And so I am going to try to play for you Harry's trumpet solo on a timeless old standard called Time on My Hands. And as I say in every one of these by request videos, if I make a mistake, I'm going to leave it in there. Because I'm doing this, this episode in one take, just as if I was standing on stage in front of a bunch of seniors or some folks in a retirement community Where if I make a mistake, I make a joke out of it, we get a laugh and we go on. So if I make a mistake, please forgive me. But anyway, here's my attempt to play Harry solo on Time on My Hands. See, I made a mistake already. Gotta start again. There you go, Joe Silver. I made a couple of mistakes there, but I hope you understand how much I appreciate you and the song. I'll never smile again until I smile at you. I'll never laugh again. What good would it do? For tears would fill my eyes, my heart would realize that our romance is true. I'll never love again. I'm so in love with you. I'll never thrill again to somebody new. Within my heart, I know I will never start to smile again until I smile with you. Until I smile at you. Now that song was requested by a gentleman named Alan. And Alan was commemorating the loss of his mother. And so his mother had come through World War II, and that was a song of special meaning for them. And so, Alan, I hope you enjoyed. That was the Tommy Dorsey Pied Piper's version of I'll Never Smile Again. Well, when you're taking requests, especially with a live audience, folks will begin to see what kind of music that you're performing, and they'll come up with a song that they would like to hear you sing. And so there are two songs that I get more requests for than any other. And I know you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, sure, it's New York, New York in my way. Wrong. The two songs that I get more requests for are I'll Be Seeing You and this next song. This next song was recorded by the great Louis Armstrong about 1931. Was a hit recording for Judy Garland, and it's been covered by almost everybody. And I'd like to do a little jazz version of a song called I Can't Give You Anything But Love. Can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing that I've plenty of, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all the things that I know you pine for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby, with diamond bracelets, woolwork worth never sells. Baby, till that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but love. Can't give you anything but love, baby, that's the only thing that I've plenty of. Hey baby, dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all the things that I know you pine for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby, with diamond bracelets Walmart doesn't sell. I had to update it there. Baby, till that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything, I can't give you anything, I can't give you anything but love. Now, I often tell folks when I sing that in a live setting that I had to change the words on the second chorus to Walmart because if you went down and asked 100 people at the mall tomorrow, I'm sure there's social distancing. If you ask 100 people what a Woolworth is, you might find 11 people that know, but everybody knows where Walmart is. So anyway, I'm going to do a request from me. The day after tomorrow, the 26th of September, will be 51 years that my dad went to heaven. And my dad was a gifted musician and a fabulous singer. And it was funny, he did some amazing vocal impressions. And he didn't do the vocal impressions that everybody, in the day did. He would do obscure ones. And so then as the oldest of four boys, we would go around trying to copy Dad's vocal impressions. I remember I learned who Billy Eckstine was because my dad would go through the house going, "From the bottom of my heart, dear, I apologize." Or I remember trying to impress the kids in elementary school by saying, "And now, before we bring out Topo Gigio, the Beatles." And just all kind of voices that we would do. But my dad was just a gifted entertainer. And in 1962, we were living in Miami, Florida. And my dad ended up being a finalist on a television talent show in Miami. Never forget, it was called Your Big Break. and it was hosted by a guy named Alec Gibson. And so I think my dad lost to an accordion player or something. But it was the only time I ever got to see my dad on television. And so I remember very well, we had one of those big old 25-inch black and white Philco televisions over in the corner. And so Mom and 4 boys, we all gathered in front of the television set to watch my dad sing on television. And this is the song that my dad sang. When skies are cloudy and gray, they're only gray for a day. Just wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away until the sunshine peeks through. There's only one thing to do, just to wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away. Your castles may crumble, that's fate after all. Life's really funny that way. No use to grumble, smile as they fall. Weren't you king for a day? Just remember the sunshine always follows the rain. So wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away. May crumble, that's fate after all. Life's really funny that way. No use to grumble, smile as they fall. Weren't you king for a day? Just remember the sunshine always follows the rain. So wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away. Well, there you have it, folks. Episode 3 of By Request. And this might have been the hardest one to pull off, but I already know next week's going to be hard. So feel free to drop me an email at chuckpardewbigband@yahoo.com, written below there. And I'll try to do it for you if I can. And also, if you feel like contributing to this little project, there's my PayPal address down there in the description, and I'd appreciate your financial support. And so until we meet here again next week, have a great weekend, and God bless. We'll see you soon. Thanks.